Thank you. So, yeah, I'm going to talk today about querying composed content across collections with Umbraco Compose. First, a little session overview. I'm going to talk about some of the concepts. Then I'm going to do a live demo. That always works out well. And finally, I'm going to end with some takeaways. The concepts first. In Umbraco Compose, you have environments and collections. So a project can have one or more environments, a bit like Umbraco Cloud. You have your dev, your production. It's to keep your data isolated, of course. Test data should not be in production. And in the environment, you can have collections, and these are the buckets for your content. And the collections are identified by unique alias. Next, we have schemas. So the collections that we have, they need to have a structure, and that's done with a JSON schema. Each schema needs to have a reference, an all-base node, and a properties block. And the properties can be a string, integer, number, Boolean array, or object. And finally, in this schema, you can also have a delivery section where you can control the GraphQL output. And this is where you can define how you can do your cross collections. Next up, we have ingestion. So once we have our collection set up with the right schemas, we need to push content into it. And that can be done with the ingestion API through an HTTP put. You need to, the body is a JSON array, and each item has an ID, type, data, and action. And through the upsert, you can create or update new items. And with the delete action, you can remove content from here with ingestion. And finally, of course, we have querying. Once we have our data in our collections, they can be retrieved through a GraphQL post. With your camel case alias, you can access your collection. Each collection exposes an item list, and cross-collection references are resolved automatically. No manual joining. Read that again. This is actually pretty awesome, because how many times did you have to make a call to the Umbraco Content Delivery API to retrieve content, only to make a second call to a product API to fetch the actual product? You don't have to do that anymore. You can now just have one query and get all the data crossed together. So now it's time for the demo. I'm also going to show the link at the end of the presentation. It is a GitHub repo that I created. That basically, it's a CLI. It's not the official CLI that they showed yesterday, but it is a CLI where you can easily get some test data in a test environment of Umbraco Compose. So if you never used Umbraco Compose and you want to test it, then that's very easy to do with this GitHub repo. So we're going to start with the setup. First, we're going to validate our credentials. Then we're going to create the environment and articles and products collection. And finally, we're also going to register the schemas. Time for the live demo part. So let's see. This is probably a bit small, but the command line should be a bit bigger. It's a bit small. I can try to zoom in a bit more. I'm not sure how far I can zoom in. So first we did the test. The Wi-Fi seems to be working, so we tested our connection now. That is working. This is going to create the dev environment for us. Next, we want our collections, of course. The article collection. The product collection. And finally, now that we have these collections, we also need schemas for them. Yep, so the product schema and the article schema. So now we have everything set up to to get the content in it. So let's see. So what I just run, this is the product schema that I just created for the collection. We have a name, description, price, just some normal product fields that we need. And here we have the article schema, and this is a bit more interesting. So here we have also things like title, offer, publish date. But here we also have the featured products. And through the ref collection here, we can say, okay, this needs to reference the products that we just created. And we only need to store a product ID here. So that's usually how you store your keys, of course. But with this schema, we can get the cross collection at the end of the demo. So now that we set up our environment, we can ingest some of the content. We can get some products and articles in there. This one. So we added 10 products. And we added 10 articles. So this is just how the product JSON looks. All we have the price and the quantity and the upsert action. And here we have the articles one with the title, the offer, things like that. But here again, we have the feature products where we can reference the products that we also just ingested. Now that the content is in Umbraco Compose, of course, we can start querying it. And first, we're going to just get some products and some articles. So here we have the products that we just created. The product, the price, everything that we just inserted. We can just get that back. And the same with the articles. For now, we just get a list of articles back. We don't get the featured products here yet because we didn't include that in our GraphQL query. So this is the products GraphQL query, pretty straightforward on product, just get the ID, name, price, things like that. And the same with the article one, just get the title, the offer, things like that. And this is the interesting part. This is the thing that I really like about Umbraco Compose with multiple collections. And that is that we can write a composed GraphQL query. And if we run this, so we have our two collections where we just ingested the content in. And if we go to, let's see, for example, article 4 here, there we can see that the featured product IDs that we have, that we can get them nested inside this product. So it's just one GraphQL query, and we can get all of our Umbraco Compose data together. And that is really, really powerful. You don't need to do any manual joining for this anymore. You don't need to first get your Umbraco content and then the IDs, stuff like that. No, it's just one query, and you can get everything in one call. We have a little, let's see. Oh, yeah, and of course, this is how the GraphQL query looks like. So on article, it's the same as what we just did, get the title and slug, but here we can get the featured products on product and get the related products with just one GraphQL query. We have a little, that was the main thing that I wanted to show, but we have a little bit of time left. Some of the other things that that you can do is you can filter your content. So we can filter by price, do some sorting and some paging. So if we check the filtered here, I filtered that we only should get products with a price below 100. Well, that's what we get back here. If we do the sorting, we can also sort by price, and then you see the ones that were just removed from the filter. In this case, I only sort, so I didn't add any extra filtering, but the lowest price is first and the highest price is last. And finally, we can also do some pagination, that we get 3 articles back with page info, that there are still multiple products that we can get. So this is the filtered GraphQL query. So on products, we say that we don't want to get any products above 100. For the sorting, here we can say, okay, give me all the products sorted by price. And for the pagination, here we can just say, okay, with the page info has next page. That's how it all works. So that was what I wanted to demonstrate. So the main thing, we don't have any client-side joining. The reference, you can define it in the schema on your for your collections. Compose handles the rest of the query time. So everything is a schema-driven composition. And like I said, the ref collection is the main thing that you need. And well, you can do this on articles and products, but also pages, components, any multi-source scenario, and filtering, sorting, and pagination is also supported. So that was it. Yeah, I'm the chapter lead at I/O. I've been in Umbraco MVP for 7 times now. So the QR code is the same as the GitHub Umbraco Compose example project. And that was it.